Okay, we're a mile in. Mile 1 is behind me. Just 146 to go. I can do it. I mean, I am doing it. Where we go? We're going this side. The 147 miles is inspired by the 147 days that our son was in the NICU. I decided to run 147 miles over 48 hours to bring awareness to that NICU journey. Mile 10. And I just keep thinking about the days as they correspond to the miles that we were in the NICU. So like where we were on day 10 with Zev, that's feeling really close right now.
I remember her saying, I have an idea, and I remember thinking yes before she even said the idea, because I know Steph has ideas and then she's gonna do them. So she said this, I have an idea, and I was like, great, let's do it.
It's 5 o'clock. I think Steph's been running for 2 hours already.
I can't believe this is actually happening today. It's about 6 marathons, back to back. I had never done anything like this before. I mean, I was like 30 steps in, and I'm right back to the NICU. I was 23 weeks pregnant, which is just over halfway through pregnancy.
Steph said I like this name Zev, and we talked about it and looked at it, and we're like, yeah, it means wolf, and that's awesome. Let's name him Zev.
And then I suddenly went into labor. And they said, we've realized what's going on. You have an infection inside your uterus. And the only way to make sure that you're okay is to birth the baby. But at 23 weeks, there's no way to sustain life. And so your only option is to birth, and then we'll put your baby on your chest, and we'll make sure that he's comfortable, and then we'll let him pass. I'm looking at a monitor, and that baby is alive. He's tiny, and he's being born 4 months ahead of schedule. But he's alive. And until that changes, we have a chance.
Oh, he's beautiful, Steph. He's crying.
Steph, we hear you, babe. We hear you, baby. We love you, honey. We love
buddy,
you,
you're
honey.
doing so good.
Oh.
You're doing so good. He didn't have developed lungs. Him crying was an indicator that he was stronger than the doctors anticipated.
I mean, this tiny 1 pound, 4 ounce baby that could fit into the palm of my hand came out in an impossible moment and cried.
This is like the best. This is the best video I've ever taken.
I think every ultra runner has like an extra layer of a little bit of crazy. A lot of people saw what I was doing and they would be like, why would you do that to your body? What if you get injured? But you know, we heard the same thing about Zev. Running is all of those things that we experience rolled into one. It's the push and drive and peaks and the valleys. You're wrestling with yourself and you're fighting. The reflection of that back to that time in the NICU and that season, I mean, it just made sense to run.
I can't even run 147 feet.
It's really similar to the community that we felt when we were in the NICU. You know, we had so much going on and Zev's in the hospital and we're fighting for his life, and people would just come. They would come and walk our dog. They would come and bring us food. They would show up and encourage.
And the way she came through was unbelievably fresh. She's done 40 miles already, and she came through just like, hey guys, what's going on? It's like she just started. This is so fun to be a part of.
One, two, three!
Tell Me What's Good had been this thing that we had started using in the NICU every time we got bad news, which was every day with Zev. The doctors would say, here's what's going on with Zev, and they would say all these terrible things, and I would say, okay, well, tell me what's good. It didn't change the outcome. It didn't change whether Zev was gonna live or not, but it did balance all this fear, this negativity, this uncertainty about the future with, but it could be. There can be a different story than what the world would say is possible. People think hope is this outcome, right? Like it's tied to this, like, oh, I hope this thing happens. Hope became the expectation that whatever came, we would make it through. We would be met with love. Okay, we're at 40.2. Feeling good. Nice and hot out there. And lots of love. So much love everywhere. Yeah, hope is alive right now. That is how I feel. I'm so good. It like resets your mental.
It's so true.
It like, you're like, and I brush my teeth and I'm fresh.
Found this on the road.
She's running 147 miles! 147!
It was harder than I thought. It was hotter than I thought. And yet I could feel all the people around me and all that energy and all that love carrying me forward. I had never gone beyond 50. But up to that point, I felt like, okay, this is already different than I thought it was gonna be. You can practice, you can eat certain things, you know, whatever. But when the day comes, the flexibility required is really critical to say like, oh, I actually need more of this or less of this. And luckily, I had been.
You might have to carry a water bottle for her for a little bit, and then we'll see how that goes. But yeah, you got a long stretch here and another 40 minutes of no clouds.
Leading up to the race, we had to plan not only obviously the route, but who was going to run where. And I was then going to just communicate with everyone what was needed. Calling every single person to make sure they knew that they were on deck. I would meet with Steph and get kind of a sense of where she was, what did she need, whether it was water or food, encouragement, silence. And then I would pull the pacer aside and kind of give them a little instruction on the best way to support Steph in that time.
We had planned the pacers very strategically. We had invited our whole community to run with me for any amount of time they wanted, and we worked really hard to schedule everyone so that I could run with my people. Hold on, I had to turn on the run. What mileage was I at?
58.
Thank you.
And I thought I was gonna have a lot of downtime because it's 147 miles. And what was so cool about it is I had almost none because there were so many people around that I got to talk to, catch up with, share the story with. And I thought it was gonna be me and the next pacer just sitting there, but it was me and the pacer and then 10 of our close friends.
That kind of crew for a run like this is critical. You know, I'm already kind of feeling like I need that support.
No. Yeah, don't run if you're not running. It's okay.
There were points where I was just brought to my knees with emotions that I don't think I could have let myself feel. I was constantly re-meeting that girl, that mother, who was crying over her baby, going through mile by mile. I would think, oh, this is day one. I remember day one. Oh, day 7, that was when we found out about Zev's brain bleeds. Day 10, this is when Zev's lungs collapsed again. Oh, day 12, this is when his heart wouldn't close. And every night we would wait for the call that he had died. They said, we've come to the end of the options of care for your son. I turned to the doctor and I said, well, tell me what's good. She was crying. And she said, I've never seen such a small baby with so much vitality. He is dying, but he is in there and he's fighting. I think it's really easy to say like, oh, we were looking at the bright side or something like that. I mean, we really had to sit in the reality. Our son was dying. We were watching our child die. We can talk about hope and goodness and possibility and all these things. Those things hold hands with struggle, grief, hardship, devastation. As darkness started to fall, something's not going well. I knew I had to stop. I started to cry. I anticipated doing 20 miles overnight, and now I was gonna do none. And I slept for a very fitful hour and a half, maybe. And then I stood up, and I couldn't get a shoe on my foot because my Achilles tendon had swollen so badly.
So we've been out since about 3 a.m. I don't even know what time it is, maybe almost 5. These are the tough hours mentally. It's just the body wants to just fall asleep. She's even been saying like, I just closed my eyes for those last 4 steps. So like her body just wants to shut down. Scratch your stomach and absorb it quickly.
No.
You get it.
I know. I looked at my ankle, I looked at that ice pack, and I thought to myself, come hell or high water, I'm gonna finish this fucking thing.
Right.
Okay, I ate that sandwich.
Yes.
Do it.
Well done. Do you want some ibuprofen?
Yes.
Here we go.
I know. Okay.
There we go. All right.
My legs are freezing. Are you cold?
No, your legs are
I
cold?
wonder what's going on. I'm like, I mean, I know what's going on. I'm at like mile 80.
Traumatic time.
You can start for Southport.
10-4.
Zev came so close to death.
Yeah, he tanked.
They were trying to resuscitate him, and all of a sudden, a miracle happened. I truly don't even know how else to explain it. Even the doctors are like, we don't know what happened.
Every hour that ticked by when the doctors assumed it was the end. He was just doing a little bit better, and then they assumed it was kind of the end, and he was just doing better, and he came back.
That sun changed everything. I was flying high at 100 miles.
Hey.
Okay, hey.
Gosh, you look good.
Thanks, I feel really good.
Good. Ankle. I need to update.
McKenna?
Yeah.
It feels good.
What's up?
What's up?
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Just calculating the last little bit, making sure we're right on schedule. 2.7 to go. It's wild. It's wild.
My life force was like really starting to dim.
144.6.
144. I'm at 144.6.
You have 2.4 left.
2.4. Woo. Good.
5 loops.
After 5 months in the hospital, they said it's actually time. He's gonna make it. Like, bring the car seat tomorrow. And Ben and I just remember feeling that same anticipation, just the knowing. It's the knowing that you had come to the end. And I just thought, fuck yeah. Like, we're doing it. And my neighbor had gotten up and she blared a bunch of music in the middle of the night. And then all of a sudden, I came back to life. How many more miles here?
Yeah, girl, I'm so proud of you. Woo! Finish it like we started it. Go, girl, go.
Yeah, what a journey.
Which one was harder?
Which one was harder? The NICU. Hondo. Sometimes. We're on our way, our last elevator ride to go pick up Zev. Here we go.
You did this.
Well, we did this, but
Yeah, but I didn't run 147. I love you, babe.
I love you too. Thank you. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Zev lives today with almost no outcomes of his extreme prematurity. He's a 5-year-old, wild little kid who walks, talks, eats, and breathes all on his own. We didn't do anything to earn that story. We didn't earn his miracle. We didn't pray harder or show up more or love him more. We were given his story. This run was one way to sort of honor that miracle, to mark that incredible thing that we witnessed in watching our son make it through the most impossible circumstances and come home. And it was our way to sort of honor our community and honor just the gift that we were given in his story and to continue to share it with everyone who needs to hear it.